That was a good game. That was a good game. Was it the best game that we had at the World Cup so far? It's only 3 games. I'm not gonna say it was the best game because that England-Iran game was very good. We had 8 goals in that game, and it's all about entertainment, and goals give us entertainment. I thought that we weren't gonna have any goals, but we did get 2 goals, and they were both scored by the Netherlands, who I predicted to win this game as well. I think I went for a 2-1 prediction for the Dutch, who I'm predicting to top the group. I have Senegal coming out second, but I don't know right now. With Sadio Mane's absence, I think we've seen today that it affects the Senegalese team and their ability to get the ball in the back of the net, you know? And look, you got to give it to Van Hal, Danny Blind. You got to give it to Mr. Goretta as well for becoming a member of the channel. Big up to you. But it's a game of chess and not checkers. So you could see when certain players were brought on. Memphis Depay, for example. And the fact that he kept certain players on, like a Frankie de Jong, who made things happen. That's what determines the ultimate outcome of any football games. And Senegal, I think, must feel really aggrieved. They must be really disappointed not to walk away with at least 1 point. I think they deserve the point. You know, you don't always get what you deserve, but I do think that they deserved a point from this match because I think they played well. They kept their heads. They were composed. They were well put together throughout the entire game, but they just lacked that cutting edge in attack. And that's what Sadio Mane would have actually provided for this team, right? They played really well. I'm impressed with Senegal, right? I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with them. And I'm not surprised because guess what? They're coming into the tournament as the African champions. So they are the biggest flag bearers coming out of Africa this time around. And we actually expect them to do well. And they played well. I think it was a respectable performance by the Senegalese. But look, the Dutch came up clutch at the end of the day. And as I mentioned, it's chess, not checkers. Certain moves were made. And as my boy EFG is saying, Senegal choked. They didn't hold on to the clean sheet for long enough. All they needed was 14 more minutes. 14 more minutes, but they lost concentration. And maybe when you look back at some of the substitutions that were made, as I mentioned earlier, it could have determined whether they walk away with a point or none. And of course, we know they didn't get any. But was it a convincing performance by the Netherlands? No. Are they actually heating up? Were they a bit rusty? They need time to actually build up a head of steam? Maybe. Because there were a lot of defensive errors by De Jong, sometimes by Van Dijk, De Ligt. But there were also some brilliant moments where they cleared a few balls, dangerous balls out of the box. Senegal, they really put up a challenge. And they were very, very competitive throughout the match. And what else could we ask of Senegal? You see what I mean? They were always coming up against the odds here against Netherlands. They were not the favorites to win the game. But as the game progressed, the probability of a draw went up big time. So, look, congratulations to the Netherlands. We see Cody Gakpo with a goal in the 84th minute. Memphis Depay lay off to Frankie de Jong and his cross into the box. Brilliant and deadly ball. But guys, not many players would have gotten on the end of that. But the way the Dutch plays, they play with these tall strikers like Weghorst, De Jong. He's not the tallest, but he got a little, And Cody Gakpo is tall and lanky. He should have never got to that ball first. Edward Mendy should have got to that ball. Koulibaly and Co should have been watching the run of Gakpo and actually cutting him off, basically, legally cutting him off. He should have never been allowed to run jump so high above Mendy, who has the license to use his arms. There's no way I'm going to allow you to jump higher than me if I could put my arm up like this. Think about what I'm saying. I could put my hand up like this and you still win the header ahead of me. What does that say? That say that Mendy was very flat-footed. He didn't make a good decision. He wasn't decisive enough. Maybe he should have came off long before he did, a couple seconds before, and got there before Gakpo. You see, commit, crashing, get to that ball before him. It could have been the difference between a point and no point. And then when attempting to get that equalizer, which they had a couple chances, Pape Gay, Bamba Dieng with a couple chances, didn't take him, pulled the trigger a bit too fast. Jacobs as well, a couple, half chances, pulled the trigger a bit too fast. The final nail were put in their coffin there with that breakaway play to Memphis Depay. Koulibaly not closing down. And the shot, which was very savable. All you had to do was cushion that ball and then you gather. Our defender should have been there to deal with it. But Senegal was so far up the field, no one was there. And Dominic Klaasen to tap it in. And it definitely would sting if you're a Senegalese fan here. But good finish to the game. Good, strong finish to the game by the Netherlands. And as I mentioned, they might actually take some time to actually warm up at this tournament. So big up to Vito Gareta. Appreciate the donation. Thank you very much as well for becoming a member. And he says, hi, what do you say with extra time today and how far do you think Croatia and Serbia can go? Well, look, the extra time in the England-Iran game was ridiculous but warranted because of injuries. And you have to give all the extra time that's allowed because goal difference could come into play. And you don't want to say, okay, the team is 5-0 up, just blow the whistle. But for Croatia, I think I have Croatia going to the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken, and for Serbia to get knocked out in the group. Sorry. But, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's exactly what would happen, but that's just how I see it. Big up to Brilliant Beaches as well. Thank you very much for, remaining a member of the channel. And Dr. Ian is saying, my heart goes out to Senegal. Football is a cruel game because they did play well. They definitely did play well. EFG saying, I hope Ecuador will beat Netherlands, Holland, or the Dutch. So, look, Murder Inc. Imagine the referee was for Senegal and yet they lost. I'm not going to say the referee was for Senegal. I think the refereeing at the World Cup has been okay so far. And the Dutch, I don't think was very convincing for most of the game. But you're not going to know from the scoreline. The scoreline isn't going to tell you. Big up to my boy, Paul Bailly. Appreciate you coming through here. Congratulations on the win for your team. We're not going to know. The score just says 2-0. The Netherlands won. And we would never know if we didn't watch the game how well Senegal were. So, look, just to touch on the lineups really, really quick for both teams. Edouard Mendy, I think, wasn't decisive enough. And I think he cost his team. It might be harsh, but he cost the team the match in the end because he could have come out and he could have punched that ball away or gathered that ball. And for the second goal, he should have never conceded that one. Sabali, very busy. I think their backline was very solid on the day. Cisse and Koulibaly held it down, dealt with any Dutch attacks. There was a few, but they broke down. Mendy didn't really have a lot of saves to make. If you check the stats, 10 shots, 3 on target. 2 of those were goals, you see? So it was just one other shot that was on target. Senegal had 15 attempts, 4 on target. So they had a lot of, not clear-cut opportunities, but enough forays into the Netherlands third of the field to actually threaten and make something happen. But they're lacking that potent striker up top where Boulaye Dia wasn't the man on the day, and they might have to rethink that option for the next game. But they didn't play badly. I think they put up a very good fight. They were very competitive, and they deserve a point, but you don't always get what you deserve. Mendy and Kouyaté was very solid, along with Gay, Idris again in the midfield. Kouyaté might be out for the World Cup as well. Mendy and Gay on yellow cards. They're going to have to be very careful in the next game. Diatta and Saw created a lot of problems for the Dutch fullbacks, both Dumfries and Blind in the earlier stages of the game, but wasn't able to capitalize on that. Boulaye Dia, not many chances, to really run at the Netherlands defense. But look, Vincent Janssen, I think, was a surprise pick for this World Cup, but he was surprisingly very good in the game, I have to say. But the man of the hour, Cody Gakpo, got to give it to Cody Gakpo. He worked hard during the game. He drifted more over to the right side, but we know what he's capable of doing. He's been performing well for PSV. Bergwijn was busy, but the man that we got to keep an eye on, indeed, is Frankie de Jong. So look, overall, a quality performance, by Senegal. Hard luck to them. The Dutch, they grew with strength by strength in the game. And Noppert, I think, did a really, really good job throughout the match, and they came out winners. So, guys, I can't be here for a very long time. I got to run. Just wanted to give a quick reaction to this game. For Senegal, the next game is against Qatar. The Dutch, of course, takes on Ecuador on Friday, and we'll be back for more action. So, look, this World Cup is going to be a very good one. It is going to be a very good one. We say this every time. What surprises are in store? It's left to be seen. But what I know is the Netherlands have to improve their performance in the next game. Or, we could see something, dramatic happen in this group. It's not going to be easy against Ecuador. But look, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a short one. I have to run out of here. We'll touch more on this game a bit later. But subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And from your boy, Dominic Rich. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.